I'm doing a reading now on Jair Bolsonaro, President of Brazil. Honestly, I'm not feeling him. I did a cup on him earlier this morning, and I saved it for this evening. So now I'm doing a tarot. Whoa, this guy. He's creepy. He creeps me out. That face, like that weird Chucky face. Like that weird fake doll face he has. Like, ugh. Who are these crazy people? My God. Trump with his hair, Boris with his hair and his unkempt suits. Both of them, actually. Trump with his long tie. And then you got Bolsonaro with his creepy ass face. These guys are so bizarre. Who is running the world? Okay. So Jair Bolsonaro, and let me do my little, okay, so, let's see if I can get this a little higher. Sorry guys, I should have prepared. Normal life interferes with YouTube life, and I'm never prepared. Jair Bolsonaro, President of Brazil, born March 21st, 1955. Jair Bolsonaro, President of Brazil. Sacred Spirit, guide me, tell me, illuminate me. What can you tell me about this man? Jair Bolsonaro, President of Brazil, March 21st, 1955. Ace of Cups. Okay, so he's a guy that runs on emotions. So this is him. The first card represents the current or the person that you're asking questions about. And so the Ace of Cups is emotion. So he's a man that functions on complete emotion. Whether it be good or bad, anger or love, this is what he functions on. This covers him. Okay, so the people around him that are his friends are really his friends. And people close to him are very loyal to him. And these are people that he can work with. Above him, the Chariot. That is contradictory. Because, okay, so the Chariot like this. Sorry. So the Chariot like this. The Chariot right side up represents help, succor, people helping you, coming to save the day. A knight in shining armor. But upside down is you will find yourself alone. You will have no one to come and help you. So that's what he's thinking. I don't know if what he is doing now, he's not reciprocating, like he's getting favors or he's getting help, but he's not reciprocating it back. So he's wondering if in the future they're going to come and help him. So down here, this is what you have, this is what you own, this is what is yours and what you have to work with. And that is... Ooh, worst card you could get. Oh my goodness. Is this guy sick? Is he gonna be leaving? Is he done? What he has to work with is he's done. Alright. Goodbye, Jair. I have nothing else to say about that. Okay, so in the recent past he lost hope. What? He seems so self-confident. Isn't he in New York now? Bullshitting about how there's no fire in the Amazon? Okay, so he might dug himself in. Oh my word. These are terrible cards. Okay. Major Arcana upside down. Major Arcana upside down. Representing him is all emotion, no intellect. What he has to work with is he's done. In the current future, in the recent future, or what's going to happen to him soon, is the Temperance upside down. He's going to be all over the place. He's going to be all over the place. He's pretty dumb. He's not a... I don't know how this guy was a captain. Okay, so in the near future, bad administration, bad balance, inability to keep himself afloat and keep things going properly. Okay, this is him. This represents himself. Everybody's leaving. Leaving. Done. Okay, so now we got Trump impeached. We got Netanyahu gone. The Ayatollah Ali Khamenei also thinking of leaving. Bolsonaro thinking of leaving. The only one that I see staying with like staying power is Putin, unfortunately. Everybody else is gonna be gone. He dead. Bolsonaro is gone. Bolsonaro se va. No piensen que él se va a quedar, que se va. Okay, you guys know. Hola familia. Alright. So in his house, no one can stand him. Okay, so in the government, in his home, only thing he does is make enemies. The only thing he does is he makes enemies. His hopes and his fears, ooh, that he won't have anyone to love him, that all his relationships will be upside down. And what will come? He won't be able to hold on. Ciao, adios, Bolsonaro. Okay. This is great news. All these tyrants that made a flash appearance are going to be gone before we know it. Yay! Oh my goodness. So happy. We should all be celebrating. I knew it. I knew that love would triumph. I knew goodness would triumph. And like I said, I made a cup of Bolsonaro, and here it is. I'm not playing. My vacation, I spend my vacation days cleaning my house and doing readings. Just a little tidbit. I don't know if you guys are interested, but I think this is kind of, I don't know, maybe a little interesting. So I decided to clean my home, and I'm a neat freak, so it was pretty much in order. But I put on the show hoarders, and I think I got carried away. I think I threw stuff out that I might need later on. But anyway, I did a carpet shampoo, and I took out all my winter stuff and put away all my summer and spring things. I washed them and I put them with cedar blocks and lavender, and then I put them away, and then I brought out my winter stuff in my fall and winter. And I even bought apple cider, and I'm gonna make it this weekend. I'm gonna heat up my apple cider from Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna make apple crisp, and I'm gonna make pumpkin soup. So in order to get ready for the fall. What I mean is, we should all take care of ourselves. We should all take care of our homes and hang out with our family, hang out with our friends. Ooh, and by the way, I'm still celebrating. Oh shoot, a sparkling rosé. This calls for celebration. Trump, Bolsonaro, Giuliani, Netanyahu, Boris Johnson. We're all gonna be done with these guys. Cheers. Okay, so here's my cup of Bolsonaro. I'm sorry, we're in celebration mode. Okay, so when I started reading the cup, I told you guys that to read the cup, let's say I was reading the cup for you. You will come to my house, you would take a sip of espresso, twirl the cup around with a little bit of coffee at the bottom, flip it upside down, then put it over the stove to heat, and that's how it gets set. Now, because I don't personally know these people, I have to do a meditation. And at first, I remember my mom told me that she would read for a friend of hers that was very devout to my mom, and the friend of hers was in another state. This was years ago. And so my mom, she started reading for her in another state, and I would ask my mom, but she's not taking a sip of the coffee. How do you do it? And she said, I don't know, but she swears it works. So then I started doing these meditations on these people, and it works, you guys. You know, this is a cup on Jair Bolsonaro, president of Brazil. And here you have the Christ of Brazil. let me lower this. I'm sorry, I'll probably edit this part, but okay. So here you have the Christ in Brazil on top of a mountain. You see that? Water on this side, water on that side. This is how you know that the cup works. It is true, it is real, and you guys will see. I know a lot of people don't believe me, but wait for several months down the line. I swear to you, I promise you that these things work. I remember being a kid and my mom would tell me like, okay, so she would read the cup for her friends and for her goddaughters and for her nieces, and I would be like, oh, please read it for me, and she never wanted to, because what does a little kid, what kind of reading would that be? And then she would tell me who my teachers were and what they would look like come September. And I remember having my card and them telling me, oh, your teacher is so and so. I would never even look at my card. I would just be like, oh, she described my teacher as such and such and such, and I would go do the line and I would stand in front of my teacher. And that was always my class. Okay, so here we go. So this is Jair Bolsonaro, and he seems to be walking away. He seems to be going somewhere else. This is Brazil, and he's walking away from Brazil. And he's leaving with 2 other people, a man and a woman. A man and a woman. And he's going to another country. I'm not sure, but he may be moving to the United States. He may have part residence in Brazil, but I think he's going to be moving to the United States. And I don't know, if I read a cup for Giuliani, Trump comes out. If I read a cup for Ayatollah Khomeini, Trump comes out. For whoever I read a cup, Trump is always featured in the cup. And I guess because he's like the sun that we revolve around, a putrid, petrifacted, disgusting sun that we all revolve around. That's him. So here we have Jair, a guy he travels with, a woman he travels with. It might be his wife because she has like different color hair. She has like brown and blonde hair. You see how it's brown and then blonde and then dark, light, medium. That's like his wife. And then here, I guess Jair Bolsonaro has become very good friends with the Trumps, and we don't know about it. But here we have Melania. And here we have poor Baron Trump. Now, I swore to myself I would never do a reading on children, anyone under 18. But I never intended for this reading to be of children to be featured by name. But for the integrity of the reading, I will have to say that this is Baron Trump. He's a child, but he's enormous. He's like a very, very tall kid. And here you have Melania, and she's like dressed in black, and she has like darker hair. She might be coloring her hair a little bit darker as well, or wearing a dark hat. But here you have Baron Trump, long legs, hugging his mother in sadness and despair. And now my heart goes out to this kid. He's a good kid. You cannot judge Baron based on Trump. I have read cards and cups, and accidentally Baron has come out in the past. He's a sweet, good-natured human being. We shouldn't judge Baron Trump based on his father. I think that Melania has given him a lot of affection, and she has raised him with lots and lots of love. Unlike Trump, his mother ignored him, and his father tore him down, and that's why he's as damaged as he is today. Melania Trump, no matter what fault this woman has, she has been an excellent mother to this child. She has been an excellent mother. She has given him attention, and she has given him love, and she has given him discipline and encouragement. And here, next to Melania, you have, I think it's her father and her mother, two elderly people behind her. So you have Baron hugging Melania, desolate, unconsolable, and Melania's hugging him. And then you have her parents or Baron's grandparents here with them. Baron, or Melania's family is her mom and her father. She may not have been that close to Donald Trump, but Baron sure loved his father. And I don't like Trump, but I don't wish this suffering on anyone. I lost my dad when I was 19 years old, and it was one of the most painful experiences in my life that I ever had to go through. I think that Baron Trump is inconsolable because something is going to happen to Donald Trump. Either Donald Trump is going to get a devastating how do you call that? A bad diagnosis of something, or he's going to be passing away. And now we have Jair Bolsonaro and his family. I don't know, somehow they're going to become very good friends with Melania and her family. Or Bolsonaro's wife and Melania are going to become very good friends. And so that's why you have them showing up here. I think Trump is either going to be diagnosed with something terrible, or he's going to be passing away, because Baron is inconsolable here. Now with the Cub, these things doesn't mean it's going to happen next week. Sometimes this takes months or years to happen. Now, it's not that far off in the Cub, so maybe 2 to 3 years. It could be soon, or it could be up to 3 years. But yeah, I mean, Baron is still a kid. I mean, he's not, I don't know how old he is, but he won't be 18 or anything like that. He's still going to be underage. Okay. And now this is a cup for Brazil, for Bolsonaro, and so a lot of stuff comes out for Brazil. Man. I'm sorry, Brazilians. I know you're all about the alegria, and you guys are so wonderful. My most beloved and kindest and most generous and most fun friends have been Brazilians, and I'm sorry to give you this news. I'm just going to read what I got to say. So here I have Bolsonaro giving his condolences. You remember how I told you how Asian people come out a different way, white people come out a different way? You guys, this is how black people come out. And now I'm biracial. I am half black and half white. And so I know how some people in my family come out, and this is how it is. Here you have, look at that, sticking out butt, darker skin, sticking out butt, voluptuous, with an afro. You see how that hair is just an abundant bunch of like thick black hair? This is a black person. This is a black woman. Voluptuous, sexy, coming out, and Bolsonaro is with her. I know people say he's a racist and a misogynist. Maybe he is, but during this time, he's going to be giving this beautiful black girl his condolences. And here is a dead person in the cup. Anytime someone comes out laying like that, they're dead. This is a deceased being, a deceased human being. And as you can see, this deceased human being is very, very, very black. He is dark skinned. And since this is a cup about Brazil, you see the Christ here, and we're talking about Bolsonaro, and we're talking about, obviously, he's representing Brazil. You guys, I'm so sorry to tell you, but Pelé, I think this is Pelé. Pelé will be passing on. And I don't know if he has a daughter or niece. I gotta look it up. But it's like a younger girl. I'm not saying she's a teenager, but she's a woman. She's not an elderly woman. She's still in, like, you know, good age kind of woman. And here is Pelé. You know, he's passed away. I'm sorry, guys. That's what I see. I'm sure you can see it too. Okay. And then at the bottom of the cup, again, Bolsonaro is representing Brazil. So stuff about Brazil are going to come out. The Christ, Pelé, the biracial woman. And then here we have, this is going to be a mind. They're going to discover another mine in Brazil. Maybe diamonds or emeralds. I don't know. Some sort of gem mine. They will be mining for gems in Brazil. We will hear in the news that they discovered a new mine in Brazil having to do with gems. Okay, so that was my cup on Bolsonaro. Again, I'm sorry. I wish I could give good news. I feel like people are not going to watch my channel because I'm just, you know, I'm basically like an anchor giving you future news. When you watch the news, you don't always get like great news. You watch the news to hear these important things that happen, and most of the time they're not good news. So I feel like I'm in the same predicament. Okay, thank you for listening, and this was my cup on Jair Bolsonaro and things to do with Brazil.